Hello and welcome to Watch Releases Recap, a weekly YouTube show where we talk about the latest watches being released. My name is Oleg, and unfortunately right now Mr. Bond is very busy. Now let's talk about the new Hamilton Khaki Field Power Reserve Mechanical. Whenever someone is looking to get into watch collecting and they're asking me for an advice of a good everyday type of a watch, one of the more serious watches, Hamilton Khaki Field always makes a recommendations list. I think it's just an easy watch to recommend. It's a versatile watch and it is a pretty tough watch. Now there is a new version of this timepiece with the power reserve indicator on the dial, as the name would suggest. Now, as far as the case goes, it is made out of stainless steel. It features that sandblasted finish, a 40mm diameter by about 12mm case height. It comes with 50 meters of water resistance, and it is powered by the caliber H23, which is essentially a Powermatic 80, but a hand-wound version of it. It beats at 3 Hz and it comes with, you guessed it, 80 hours of power reserve. As far as the dial options go, you have the black dial version or the white dial version. I prefer the white dial for whatever reason. Usually I'm a black dial type of guy, but I think on this watch here it looks really nice with the white dial and on that stainless steel bracelet. Although on the NATO strap with the black dial, that just looks very classic. Now, sometimes power reserve indicators on watches work, other times they don't. In my opinion, on this watch, it really works. It kind of makes the watch look even more tactical somehow. I personally like it quite a bit. As far as the pricing and availability goes, this will be part of the standard catalog. It's not a limited edition watch. On the strap, it's priced at €915, and on the stainless steel bracelet, it's a little bit more expensive for €995. Next, let's talk about new Grand Seiko Moonlit Birch, reference SLGW007. Last year, Grand Seiko released a couple of really cool watches. What made them special was the fact that they were featuring a high beat hand-wound movement and, of course, gorgeous dials. That's what Grand Seiko is known for. This year, they're expanding this lineup of watches by adding this new sort of blue dial called Moonlit Birch. As far as the case dimensions go, they stayed pretty much exactly the same as last year's version, 38.6mm diameter, 9.9mm case height, and a 45mm lug-to-lug distance. The cases are made out of stainless steel. They feature that high polish, the Zuratsu polish, if you will, and they come with 30 meters of water resistance. As far as the movement goes, that's the new hand-wound high-beat caliber 9SA4, which beats at 5 Hz or 36,000 vibrations per hour, and it comes with an impressive 80-hour power reserve. As far as the looks of this watch go, I really like it. I think this thing is gorgeous, but it is very expensive. So this will be part of the standard collection. It's not a limited edition watch, and it's priced at €10,200. So yeah, the price is really getting up there, as has been the case with a lot of other Grand Seikos. Speaking of which, let's talk about the new Grand Seiko Sunrise Tentagraph limited edition, reference SLGC006. In 2023, Grand Seiko released this watch right here, the Tentagraph. This was the first ever Grand Seiko mechanical chronograph. Fast forward to today and there is a new edition, but this one is a limited edition. As far as the case dimensions go, they actually improved a bit. It's 43.2mm in diameter, so that stayed about the same. However, the case height has shrunk by almost a millimeter. Now it's 15.3mm as opposed to 16mm on the previous version. This is a pretty large watch though. It's 51.5mm from one lug to another. Part of the reason why it's so large and thick is because it is powered by a high beat automatic movement, the caliber 9SC5, which beats at 5 Hz or 36,000 vibrations per hour, and it features an impressive 3-day or 72-hour power reserve. As far as the looks of this watch go, I like it quite a bit. I like all the gold accents around the dial, around the bezel, around the pushers and the crown, as well as the little details on the clasp. I think all of that makes this watch look a little bit more high-end and more special. And this will be a pretty expensive watch. It's a limited edition to only 300 pieces, and the watch is priced at €23,000. So definitely not a cheap watch by any means, but it does feature some gold, high beat chronograph movement, and Grand Seiko, as I mentioned earlier, is now known for their higher prices. While we're talking about Japanese watches, let's talk about Citizen and their new Tsuyosa 60 automatic. This release is of course in a much lower price category, and in fact it's one of my favorite releases of the year. So ever since 2022, when Citizen has released their Tsuyosa line of watches, it has been incredibly popular with watch collectors, but also with the general public. The integrated bracelet, the integrated strap watches are very popular now. They're very in. In fact, you have companies like Rolex releasing Land Dweller, and I think there is something Land Dweller-esque about this release, because it comes with this sort of Jubilee style bracelet, but they can't call it Jubilee, they have to call it the 5-link bracelet. But hey, we're all grown-ups here. We know this is a Jubilee bracelet. It also has this new texture on the dial. Previously, that was only featured in the Tsuyosa small seconds dials, but now because of the fandom requests, it is featured in the Central Seconds version, which I think is a very welcomed addition because these dials are really gorgeous. As far as the sizing goes, it's not too bad. 40mm diameter, 11.7mm case height, 50 meters of water resistance, and it's made out of stainless steel. It is powered by the caliber 8310, which is a Miyota movement. It beats at 3 Hz and it comes with 60 hours of power reserve. There are several different versions of this watch available. The all steel version will be €380. The two-tone one is €400, and the pure gold-plated one is €429. It's not actually gold plated. I think it's like PVD coated or something like that. Out of the 3 versions, my favorite is the stainless steel one. I think that looks really good. And one of the best things about these watches is the fact that they frequently go on sale. Wait a few months and you'll be able to pick up this watch on the gray market for like $300. Next, let's talk about the new Panerai Luminor Marina Militare, reference PAM 05218. Up until 1993, Panerai has not sold their watches to the general public. They were only sold to the military personnel. That all, of course, changed in 1993, and for the last 32 years, these watches have been available to the general public. The Luminor is one of the more popular case designs. However, they had this PVD-coated version that was only available for the military personnel, and from my understanding never was available to the general public, which of course made it a lot more desirable for watch collectors. Well, fast forward to today, and finally a version of this watch is available in the catalog. As far as the case goes, it's made out of stainless steel, but this time it's DLC coated, not PVD coated, so it is more durable. It's 44mm in diameter and about 13mm in case height. The watch features 300 meters of water resistance, and it also has that fancy crown release system for which Panerai is known for. This one is powered by the caliber P6000, which is an in-house hand-wound movement. This one is not automatic. It beats at 3 Hz and it comes with a 3-day or 72-hour power reserve. I think it's a little bit odd having the 2 different colors on the dial. They're going with the faux patina, but they're also going with the sort of white writing on the dial. According to them, that's because the patina on the older watches kind of aged at different rates, so they're trying to mimic that. It looks okay, but nevertheless, I still like it. I like this a lot more than other Panerai releases, although I'm not really in the market for a Panerai, if I'm being honest. As far as the pricing goes, this one is quite expensive. It will be part of the standard catalog. It's not a limited edition, and it will be priced at €8,500. Speaking of expensive watches, let's talk about Bremont Altitude MB Meteor Stealthy Grey. Bremont is a British watch company, and this Altitude collection is a pretty popular collection for them. It features the inner rotating bezel, and this monochrome version with the meteorite dial is probably my favorite version of this watch. It still features the same case, 42mm diameter, 12.3mm case height, and 50mm lug-to-lug distance. The case and the bracelet are made out of grade 2 titanium. It is a sandblasted finish, so that looks quite nice, and this watch features 100 meters of water resistance. As far as the movement goes, it's an automatic caliber BB14, which is essentially a La Panerai G100 that beats at 4 Hz, and it comes with an extended 68 hours of power reserve. Now, as far as the pricing and availability goes, this will be a limited edition to only 400 pieces, and this watch is priced at €6,900. So yeah, pretty expensive and keeping on brand with Bremont and their latest watch prices. Lastly, while we're at it and talking about expensive watches, let's talk about the new AP 38mm Perpetual calendar, Royal Oak, and code 1159. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this release because essentially it is the Perpetual calendar now available in a smaller case. Prior to this release, it was only available in a 41mm case. Now for the Royal Oak, it's available in a 38mm case with a case height of 9.4mm. They also took away the weeks complication, which I think makes the dial look a lot more pleasant. And it is also available in two different metals. You have the rose gold or you have the stainless steel. We have the pricing for the stainless steel and it's 105,000 euro. That's the stainless steel version. The rose gold version is priced upon request, so it's probably north of 200 grand. And there's also the 38mm version of the code 1159. Just like the Royal Oak, it was only available in a 41mm case. Now it's available in a 39mm case with a 9.9mm case height, slightly thinner than the 41mm version, but this one is only available in precious metal with those green accents. I think this is a very handsome watch. As far as the movement powering it, it's the same movement between the two watches, the caliber 7138 that beats at 4 Hz and comes with 55 hours of power reserve. And as far as the pricing goes, it's priced at 105,000 euro. So it's actually priced at the same price as the stainless steel Royal Oak. That just shows you the difference in the two models. This one is precious metal with the same movement and it's priced at the same price as the stainless steel version. That's essentially the same watch, just in a different case and different bracelet. Of course, it's not the same watch, but you know what I mean. The mechanics of it are essentially the same. It's like the Lamborghini Urus and the Audi RSQ8, right? The two have very different price points, but the two are essentially powered by the same engine and have the same components. Although in case with the cars, they're coming from two separate manufacturers owned by the same company. Here it is literally the same company, just two different model lines having the same inner mechanics, but having such a large price discrepancy. Kind of strange, isn't it? But that's it for this week's watch releases. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos like this in the future, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about this week's watch releases. I always enjoy reading your comments. By the way, today on my wrist, I'm wearing the Ferro Integra. I haven't done a review of this watch yet. I'm just working on the review, so I'm testing it out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss this video when it does come out. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.